And for the next part, we're going to come onto your belly. And you don't need the blocks anymore, so you can set them off to the side. And as we lift into these little cobras, just like I've mentioned a few times in the class today, we're going to think about lifting from here, from this part. So there's not going to be a chin tilt up. We're emphasizing that lift from the mid-back and the back of the neck to work on some neck stability. And the first few, we're just going to lift only the head and the chest. And when you lift, before we start here, I want you to engage your core. So I don't want it to feel strongly here in your low back. So engage your core like you're trying to lift your belly away from the floor a little bit. It likely won't lose contact, but it's just that feeling of lifting there. Place your forehead on the mat, and my arms are just going to be forward, roughly about a 90-degree bend. As you inhale, lift just the chest and the head. So remember, we're just trying to keep neutral neck here. And as you exhale, lower your head, forehead once again. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now to add a little bit of challenge, if that felt challenging for you to get that, and keep good alignment, what feels like good alignment, then you can keep doing that. If you would like to move to the next stage, you can lift one hand and then the other. And I'm just going to lift my hand just a little bit off of the floor. So it's not a big lift, it's just a little bit of a hover. Not as high as my head. Bring your forehead back to the mat. As you inhale, lift your head, your chest, and one hand. And exhale, release. Inhale, head, chest, the other arm. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift. As you lift your arm, make sure the shoulder isn't coming forward and you're keeping good integrity through the shoulders. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift the other arm. And exhale, release. One more time each side. And we're going to add on to that one more thing. So if that felt challenging, you can stay there, or you can also continue with that first version I offered. So now we're going to move on to step 3, and that's going to involve lifting both arms off of the mat. I'm going to turn this way because it'll be a little easier for you to see what my arms are doing. As you inhale, go ahead and lift. So you're making like a W shape with your arms, and exhale, release. Inhale, lift, making a W. Again, lifting that lower belly. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. Now exhale, release. Slide your hands just beneath the shoulders to press yourself up. And just come to a comfortable seated position. I'm going to stop there for today. If you like to rest in child's pose after your practice, that's great. And I encourage you to not go too wide if you have a lot of mobility in your joints. Because sometimes in a public class, we'll take the knees really wide. And that's not always good for everyone. So we're going to take the knees a little closer together and then bring your arms forward. Or you can even take your knees all the way together if that's comfortable for you and if that's not too much strain on your ankles. If having your foot in this flat position is not good, or if you know that you have a tendency for your ankles to sublux or be a little wobbly, you can roll up a little, like a hand towel, and put one under each ankle, and that'll just help support that a little bit. Because sometimes it's nice to rest in child's pose or this one here for a couple of minutes, and we don't want to put strain on the ankles when doing so. So if you like this one, rest your forehead on the mat and the backs of the hands on the mat. And now you can just let the shoulders come forward. And when you're through, just going to gently rest yourself up. All right, that's all for today's yoga for hypermobility. I'd love to hear your comments or questions about today's practice, and if there's anything that you'd like me to focus on for the next class, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and have a healthy day.